Flosstube. It has been too long. I am well aware. My hair has already started changing colors. I think I'm going to leave it that way. Life has been busy and crazy, and it's an adventure. So here I am. I am very appreciative to everybody who has reached out, who has said, hey, come back to us. When are you recording again? To those of you who have texted me or messaged me or just hung out on Instagram and Facebook, thank you guys. I do appreciate all of the friendship, the camaraderie, the love and support that we have in this community. So, let's just go ahead and get started in everything. Kids are doing good. Everybody's good. I mean, we've got colds and stuff that have been here and there and everywhere. Allergies, of course. Erica is still in Texas. She came home for spring break, had a little bit of a break, got her hair done, nails done. Her and her sister went to Branson. They had fun. That was awesome. And then now she's back. They are getting ready for finals and all of the things that go with that. So, Katie and Nick are doing good. Katie's dealing with some sickness this week, but they're trucking along. And Trey and Madeline are doing just hunky-dory. She's working a lot of hours at the hospital, and he is trying to do projects around the house and working all the time at the school. So everybody's good. You guys know by now that Arkansas was hit pretty hard by tornadoes last Friday. My aunt's house has sustained damage. My uncle's truck has sustained damage. I don't know how much yet. I mean, it's a process. So from my understanding from Aunt Donna, they are getting a contractor out to do some work to see what's got to be done. So we'll know more after that. They are safe. That's what's important. We have cousins that are also in Little Rock, and they are safe. That's where Aunt Debbie and Justin have been staying. So I'm super thankful for that. I am very grateful to be from a tight family. I don't have relationships with those cousins. I wish I did. They're just, they're older, they're my aunt's ages. And so I just never had a relationship with them. As a matter of fact, I met them at Uncle Rick's funeral. I'm sure that I probably had met them in the past, but as an adult, it's a different situation. But I do know that my sweet aunts have close relationships with the cousins, so I'm happy for that. And then there's me. It's April. For those of you who have hung out with me for the last, year? Almost 2 years? Has it been 2 years? I don't even know. I don't know where I'm at anymore. You know that April is just a tough month. So it's a good month. It's a celebration month. My parents' anniversary, my dad's birthday, my birthday. It's also a hard month. The whole reason that I got started in Flosstube was just to kind of get out of my recovery self, whatever. And so we're just trekking along. And in the middle of that week, between the anniversary of the fire and my birthday, smack dab in the middle, I'm going to be having surgery. I'm okay. I'll be fine. I went in to have the annual exams. Females, we're all about taking care of ourselves, or we should be. Psych, I know, completely. It gets forgotten. But I did go in because I had some concerns about some things. And in the process, I ended up having some tests run. And I found out that I have a large cyst on one of my tubes that's going to have to be removed. When I say large, it's like a lime size. I mean, it's not just, you know, taking up my whole gut or anything, but it's enough. Several years ago, I had one on my left ovary that I did not know about until it burst. And let me tell you, that was the worst pain that I've ever been in. So since I have found out about this one, of course, I have been dreading and in fear of another burst. So yeah, I've been taking it a lot easier. I am still working my business. I thought I was just going to take myself completely off of going upstairs, but that's just not practical. I need my business to run. So just taking it easy on the days that there is pain. I don't go upstairs, you know, just safety. So that will happen in a couple of weeks, and I am ready to be relieved of the pain. There was no pain until all of the tests, and I guess we aggravated the mess out of it because it is ticked off. So, coffee. So that is all the life update. You guys know by now I am working 7 days a week. So stitching looks different now because I'm still trying to work my business because I need that thing to work, especially this month because I'm going to be missing part of or a whole paycheck just depending on how long recovery is. So, yeah. If you are a jewelry fanatic and you would like to order my website, I'll put it down here. And share. Even if you don't like jewelry, somebody else does around you. So anyways, that is pretty much where I'm at. I do get to stitch at work on the weekends. Y'all already know I stitch, you know, on my lunch breaks when I'm not eating. But on the weekends, I'm blessed to have a boss who knows that I enjoy stitching, and she's like, hey, get your chores done and you can stitch. I work 15 hours on Saturday and 8 hours on Sunday. So chores are usually like an hour, hour and a half, and then that leaves me a lot of time for stitching when there's not customers. It's in a rural area. I don't have just a whole lot of customers coming through. You know, it's hit or miss. But there's plenty of room for me to be able to spread out, do my thing. And so I do enjoy that. On Sundays, I turn on the church that I watch online, that I've watched since COVID. And so I get to enjoy the 3 services that they put out. And so it's, I mean, it's work, but it's relaxing too. So, phew, that was a lot. I have gotten some stitching done since I saw you last. Y'all know that this year I wanted to work on all of my whips and get them a lot done or completely done. So I have, when I have been home, when I have felt like it, I have worked on whips. And so I do have a lot to show you. First I'm going to show you some mail that I've gotten. Let me put my glasses on because I cannot see without them. But there's a lovely glare there. So, this is in no order whatsoever. So I got a sweet card from Lori in Arizona. It's a pretty little card. And she had ordered some paparazzi from me, so she just sent me a sweet thank you card. And then I got some stickers. And then she sent me this cute little prairie schooler pattern. Just a little mini, which I can't start news right now, but next year that'll be probably one of the first things that I do. So thank you, Lori. Oops. And then, I can't remember. I think you guys have seen my picture of my sweatshirt that I got from Athena. My heart belongs to cross stitch or something like that. I can't remember what it says. Athena Spore. Does this have her? It doesn't. The Stitching Goddess Designs. She is on Instagram. She uses Google Docs to order. Use her. Like, she is so good. She has t-shirts, sweatshirts, 3/4, all kinds of things. So she sent me this cute little Valentine's with a corgi. My sweet friend Annie sent me, oh, it was a sticker from Athena too. Sent me a cute little floss drop with the little bunny. I think that is Peter Rabbit. So my color and her color is blue. So she sent me that. I feel like I got some more cards, but I can't remember. And then I am in Around Robin. Lord have mercy. I don't even know how I got wrapped up in this. I'm so excited to do it though. But I'm behind, as you'll see. So I can't remember who else in it. Do I want to do that? No, I don't. Bougie Stitchers. Tiny House Stitcher. Alexis, My Crazy World. And I feel like there's somebody else in there. I told you I didn't want to do that. So we are doing Flosstube Friends. And so I got this in the mail from Jen, Bougie Stitchers. She and Nancy have already done their girls. I am the third girl if you've seen the pattern. I think I am doing everything as called for because it's so cute. It's a white dress. And so I have to get on this one, which I might do that this weekend just so that I get it done because I don't want to delay. Mine is delayed. Lord have mercy. But so Jen sent this cute little card, and she always puts, I think she said her mom did this. She always puts a quote in her cards. And so this says, never apologize for being you. Others should apologize for expecting you to be something else. Guess what? That's going to be my inspirational point this week. So I made a TikTok post today because I'm so behind on everything. And my word for the year was to be intentional. And so I'm trying to get back to that. Even with everything going on, yes, I'm trying to get back to that. So I am going to get my calendar in order for the month, and I'm going to I'm going to put everything that I'm going to do for stitching and everything on the calendar so that my brain will hopefully stay on it. So that's my intentional work this week. Haul. First thing I'm going to show you guys, Sweet Bunny from my friend Marla Bennett. This thing was $5. She just got started making these. I have a whole collection of them up there. I got 5. I got 5 of them. And they all have different bows. They are very well made. And I am going to put her information below. If I think about it, I'll put it in the video, but who knows if I can be that creative. She is on Facebook. She's not on Instagram. She does have an email that you can place orders with. She takes checks and money orders at this point. She's not set up to do all of the stuff that we all are familiar with, but she's going to get there. So she also does, she calls them kitchen boas. They're super cute. I guess they're like kind of apron material that she makes into these cute little wraparounds. And then she's going to start making some other designs. So I'm super excited for her. So, and she also wrote a book. Excuse me. So she's on Amazon as a book writer. She's just fabulous. I got the Punch Needle and Primitive Stitcher magazine. No new starts this year, but it is chock full of spring designs that I want to do. I said chock full. Y'all know how many are in this thing. So many people have already done some. This house is cute. I feel like my house is fixing to go all country. I don't know. This is super cute. Y'all know April showers, Mayflowers. The spring parade is cute. It's not particularly my style. Love the bunnies. Love them. Of course, that's stitching with the housewives. The Easter eggs cute. Reminds me of the filigree eggs that they used to make. Did y'all have those? The sugar eggs? Friends are like the flowers of life. I feel like that's going to be made into some gifts. And Hello Spring, of course. I think everybody's done that one. So, what am I going to do with this thing? I'm going to put it back here. No new starts, but I do have some ideas for later. And I have to renew because it's that time. So if you follow me on Instagram and on Facebook, you saw that I went into Hobby Lobby a couple of weeks ago. It was on a lunch break. I never go during lunch because I don't want to spend all of my check in Hobby Lobby. But I got some floss that I needed for projects. And then I turned around, because I always turn around, just in case I accidentally see something I need. And I saw these little red stickers. Orange, red, orange, whatever. And I was like, what's happening? So I immediately just started grabbing stuff. So I got some 32 count Belfast linen times 2. 28 casual linen times 2. I got some 46 count Bristol times 1. I don't know anything about that. It says embroidery linen, but whatever. That 32 Murano card that you guys know that I love. I got it for $1.25. Some more 32. Some 28 even weave. This thing was $20. I got it for $5. Some more Belfast. Some more of the Murano car. I got that in all of the colors that I already had. So I got more. I'm not using them right now, but I have them. It's called Collecting People. When I ordered my pattern for the Flosstube Friends, before I read the instructions, do not make fun of me, bougie sisters, because I did not read the instructions. I just immediately, I was like, oh my gosh, I gotta get this done. So, knee-jerk reaction, I ran to the website and I ordered 40 count, never done 40 count, Tyco linen by Picture This Plus. That's beautiful. I don't know what I'm going to do on it yet, because the rules were we had to stitch on Ida. So, I was talking to Angie, and I was like, hey girl, way behind. What are you stitching yours on? And she was like, don't forget, it's Ada. And I was like, oh, I already placed that order. It's fine. I'm fine. Everything's fine. So I have that for stash. collection. What's everybody calling it now? Investment. That's the new word. It's an investment. My mom's an accountant. That's not an investment. That's an expense. All right. So then I got the, what's this thing called? Quarterly Club from Fat Quarter Shop. I can't remember the name of it. So, very cute bag. My boss walked into my office today. She saw another bag that you're going to see here in a minute. Oh, I'm already 20 minutes in. And she said, are you going to stitch on the bag too? And I was like, eventually. No new projects. But, yeah. These bags are all personalizable. Is that a word? It's a $5 word right there. So this is actually the first time I've opened this. Stitch Quarterly, that's what this is called. It's called Blooming Beautiful. That is pretty. I love that. And I love the finish. It's like a round pillow. Oh my gosh, I love that. No new starts. They sent 14 count cream and sugar, which looks beautiful. I'm not pulling it out of the package yet. Of course, the DMC. This is a very good club to be in. They send you something that you're not necessarily going to buy, and it's all kitted up for you, and then they send you notions as well. So there is the needle minder, little lotus flower, and what is this? Sweet Laurel Jolly tag. Simply write down your project info and clip it on your project bag. Well, isn't that cute? It's like a little packing label. So, super excited about that. That's cute. That is going to go up for next spring. Y'all, I can't start new stuff on December 31st because that's still part of this year. So, January 1st of next year, I'm probably going to go insane. Am I working that day? Of course I am. I'm working every day now. If it's on a weekday, I'll be off. Regardless, I'm going to go insane. Okay. Now, I'm not going to show you all of the whip, the actual pictures and stuff because you guys have seen it. I'm fixing to just quickly go through all of the whips that I have touched since the last time I saw you guys. Because, I mean, I've tried to touch a lot. Not a lot has been done, but I've tried to touch a lot. So, I've got them all stacked up here. You're going to see them all. So, this is Changed World. This is where I am. So, since I saw you last, ooh. I may have done this since I saw you last. I haven't filled this one in yet. That's just lazy. And I started this last night. I did the little puppy. I did this whole situation. And I did all of this down here. So that was like 3 episodes of whatever show I was watching. I really have tried to catch up on all of the Flosstube, and I just feel guilty because I haven't caught up on it all, so quit. I caught up on my main, the people I talk to and I chat with because I don't want to be behind on their information. Everybody else has got left in the dark. Crosswords I pulled out tonight. I did the T. I filled in this. I started down here and forgot that I needed a second row here. So that's a bunch of frogging. Speaking of frogging, Aunt Donna decided she was going to try to cross stitch again. Because she hasn't in a little while. Because she's got a lot of eye problems. So y'all keep her in prayers. She texted me yesterday or the day before. And she said, I got some stitching done. And I was so happy for her. Because I know that she's been wanting to stitch. And she was like, and then I ended up frogging. She doesn't know the rules yet, because she's not on social media, that frogging is actually a hobby now. So, Aunt Donna, frogging is a hobby, and we just kind of laugh and move on. We don't even get frustrated about it anymore. It's like, hey, how much frogging did you get done today? So, love you. Keep frogging. This is one of the Stitch Quarterlies. and this is what I've gotten the most progress on actually. This is a work project, so I'm almost done with it. I absolutely love this fabric, and I want to do all kinds of everything on this fabric. It's just beautiful. It is Aida. It's not crunchy, but I love that. It's cute. I think I'm going to frame it. I think. Kind of want to experiment on a flat fold. We'll see. Annie's like, at this point, Annie Proper Stitcher Annie, she's like, just send me your finishes. I'm bad. I'm not finishing anything. I have a stack of finishes right here I have to mail to her just because I'm like, I need your help. This is my other work project that I've been doing. A little spring teacup. So I told my daughters when they went to Branson, they sent me a picture. They were at a little antique store. And I said, hey, I would love to have a blue teacup I have a little lap tray, and my grandma had a bird. I'm saying so much tonight. No focus. She had a bird teapot with some flowers on the side of it. It's really cute. The top looks like a nest. It's got little birdies on it. And so I put it all together on the lap tray. And so I said I would love to have a little teacup to go with it, blue. My girls followed through. Not only did they bring me a blue teacup, they brought me Japanese blue teacup and saucer. Now, for those of you who don't know, my dad works for the local steel mill. He's worked there since 1978, and they are Japanese owned. He has been to Japan. We have Japanese people here all of the time. They move them around a lot. They have, I don't know how it works, but they have seasons that they come in. And anyways, we used to have, when I was a kid, we always had Japanese gifts from Christmas. And so it doesn't match the tea kettle, but it's like a memory thing for me. So yeah, that whole teacup situation is just beautiful. This is Nottingham, Kathy Barrick. This is a sow that I started with Chrissy, Finally a Farm Girl. That girl has been on a roll. She is like super famous now and designing all over the place. And I don't think that she's touched hers, which is fine because I haven't touched mine. So she's gonna kill me for saying that. But we just motivate each other. So all of my designer friends are just blowing it out of the water. I'm so proud of them. Let's see. I can't name them all. Never mind. I will embarrass myself. So next year, 2024, I was talking to Annie the other day, and I said 2024 is going to be the year that I stitch all new designers. Probably not all, but the ones that I personally know. So I've already picked out some that I'm going to do with Becca's. I already know Chrissy. I mean, I'm probably going to do like the whole Jeremiah situation and maybe the mouse situation, and I don't know. But there's some others. I mean, there's just so many. So I'm so proud of them because, I mean, the community has just embraced them and they are rocking it. Like, Market was crazy. I have enjoyed watching all of that happen. So, I don't remember how far I got the last time you guys saw this, but this is Whip It Good. This goes in the little collection. This is the last one, and for whatever reason, I decided I should do it on 40 count even weave. I had done 40 count right here. This is a 1/1, and that is exactly why I don't do 40 count. It'll get done eventually. It's actually not hard. It's just time consuming because it's so small. Granita, I put in a little bit. Can't remember how much. But I still saw that one going faster. I just need to sit down and be more disciplined with some of these. There's no reason some of these aren't finished. This is just not focusing. Halloween surprise. I put in a little more blue. I need to make a copy of the actual pattern out of the book. That's what I need to do for that. The only reason I'm not doing that is because I haven't made a copy out of the book. And so getting some of the particulars, you know, I need to mark them out. No, I don't have any electronic stuff. I have an Android. I don't know. I might need to look and see if Good Notes does anything for us. Autumn Town. This is a stitch along with Angie and somebody else. So I haven't gotten far on that, but I did put in some tree work. I want to do more on that. It's super fun. The color blocking is good. I just haven't touched it. Flosstube friends, I am ashamed to show this one. Girls, it'll be in the mail this weekend, hopefully. But, ooh, I can't even see it all. I should get it out of the Q-snap. Do as I say, not as I do. Don't store your stuff in Q-snaps. It's just a pain in the butt. I haven't ever had any damage from storing it. It's just a pain when I'm trying to do something. And I'm always looking for Q-snaps. So this is a big guy. I am doing it in called for. The border was super fun. Lots of counting. And, yep. I just got to finish her dress. So, and her body. I mean, I've got to finish her. But I'm the third one in. So, let's get that done tomorrow, Melissa. I am going to be live tomorrow on my Facebook for my business. So if you want to join me there, and then I'm probably going to cross stitch after that. Because tomorrow night we're having more storms. Not excited. Let Love Reign in Your Heart and Home. I got put in while Annie and I were talking one night to catch up. She texted me. She's like, hey, you want to chit chat and stitch? And I was like, sure, because we needed to catch up. So that's how much I got done. It was probably an hour-long conversation. That's 1 over 1. I do love that. Aunt Donna loves that. If Aunt Donna had her way, I call her and I'm like, give me marching orders, because I'm such a Laura on that. I've adopted Laura and Brenda, Brenda and the Serial Starter as adopted aunts, and I'm so Laura on some things. I'm like, I just need somebody to tell me what to do. So I call Aunt Donna and she tells me. So, if Aunt Donna had her way, she would have Let Love Reign, Aunt Debbie's piece that I'm going to show you here in a minute, the Red House Sampler, Changed World, and Hawker and Hollow. She would have all of them done already. So I put a little bit, not a lot of bit, into Lady Liberty. This is Mom's. I need to work some more on her. I haven't worked on this much. I posted the other day. This is the sale that I'm working on with Annie and somebody else. I can't remember. She had it going with somebody else and I joined her. So I got that done. And here's where I am. So this is 2 whole pages worth. There are counting mistakes down here. That's why I started on this side. So I think recovery time is going to include, this is what I told Annie today. Recovery time is going to include Quaker, Red House, and Hawker and Hollow. I don't know how long I'm going to be down. It just depends on how extensive the surgery ends up being, because there's questions. So if it's just, you know, the weekend, then whatever. But if it ends up being longer, then obviously there'll be more work done. But I do have plans to stitch. Aunt Donna, I called her today, and she is going to loan me her Lowry stand so that having to hold something isn't going to be an issue. I worked some more on Santa. I got some face work done. More hair. Bless him. That's just a lot of white. He just needed... But I got his cheeks and his eyes and his eyebrows in. I got to fill in his face. So I got that much done. He didn't get a lot of work. That was a couple of hours, I think. I started on the Happy New Year because I'm not ordering the wisp yet for the bird. So I got that done and part of the sale. So this is for Christmas. I worked on Grandma's birdhouse piece that I haven't touched in forever. I don't know. It's not hard stitching. A little bitty glue snap on this thing. It's not easy to hold. I'm so disappointed in myself. This is summer. I have spring and winter done. I haven't got summer and autumn done. So I just need to get it done. I plan on getting it done for her birthday. Oh, we threw a surprise birthday party for Grandma. That was fun. Totally unexpected. She did not have a clue. Katie planned it all by herself. She had my parents order pizza. She bought a cake. She decorated my house. It's super fun. There are pictures online. And then my sister came in, brought Aunt Debbie and Justin with her. The nephews couldn't make it. They had things going on. My kids weren't able to come, except Katie, of course. My parents and both of Grandma, or all three of Grandma's kids were here. So it was super sweet. She was thrilled. We called Erica, got her in on FaceTime. So, yeah, that was fun. Celtic Spring. She's beautiful. That's a lot of counting. That's a whole lot of counting. Counting, and recounting. But I'm excited to get that going. So I put all of that in. That was a night. Was that a night? Let's see. That may have been the night of the tornado. I can't remember. Maybe. It's so weird not being in dispatch anymore. I'm not relied on for all of the storm stuff. And so I just sit here. And I used to post a lot on Facebook, you know, updates and everything. This last storm was not, I wasn't even trying to predict it. It was scary. So, and I was glad I didn't try to predict it because it was bad. Anyway, so I had to distract myself during the storms. I was like, what am I going to do? So this is what I did. I cross-stitched. So Red House Sampler is slowly coming along. I got some of this row going here. And Debbie has seen it. This is where the dates and our initials will go. I still have the big flower here. I don't know why I didn't fill that in yet, but I still got the big flower to do. All of this, of course, is trees. This is a duplication of this. This is 2 rows off because Melissa can't count. The only difference it's going to make is right here on this row. but it's going to be fine. So, and then I have that massive border to finish. But I'm excited. I'm going to throw those trees in for sure during the recovery time. And honestly, I could probably do those animals this week if I applied myself. Tom got built. His body anyway. This was super fun just to fill in. Why is my needle loose? I was watching some movie or show or something, and you know, you're filling in. So got that much done. It's kind of disappointed I didn't get more done, but I literally remember yawning myself to sleep that night. I was so tired. I'm almost done actually. I'm only 40 minutes in. I didn't want it to be a forever show. Oh. I was trying to think. I watched somebody else do this, and I cannot remember for the life of me who it was. But this is Pumpkin Patch. And I remember they did it because they took the cat out. But I'm leaving the cat in because I like him. I really just enjoy those colors. That's the only reason that I picked this out. It's fall. It's just pretty colors. So, I got some of the tree done. That's all that I did there. I've got whips everywhere. Somebody said the other day that they were going through all of their whips, and I was like, mine are in category order. Now I have fall, winter, fall and Halloween, winter and Christmas, and then this box over here is for just everything else. Fall, winter, and everything else. I wanted to show you all the picture of this one because people have been asking me. Oh, I do have it. I was about to say I'm not sure if I have it. That is the 3 African Queens. That's the name of it that I gave it. I don't know if there is actually a name to it. This is from my friend John Michael. He knows that it may not be done until only God knows when. There's so much thread happening back here. Let me try to fold that over so that nothing is falling out on me. Evidently, I just kind of threw it in the bag with all of my stuff. So, this was on a scroll frame on my table stand that you guys have seen. I was stitching one night and I freaked out. Did I measure this wrong? Am I doing this wrong? Completely freaked out. So, took it off the scroll because it was just going to live on the scroll until it was done. Took it off the scroll and I started counting to the left and to the right because I'm a middle starter on big projects like this. So I started counting to the left and to the right. And then I was like, I don't have all of the colors. I don't know why. I'm probably stolen from it because it is such a big project that I probably have stolen for colors for other pictures. So I went to the left and to the right. And that's why I went to Hobby Lobby because I went and I was like, I'm just going to get all of the floss that I need to do this one project because I don't know where it's all gone to. It's borrowed for other kits. Anyways, my measurements are not off. I think I've got like a 2-inch border on each side, which is fine because it's going to be framed and it's going to be framed probably tight. I figure it's going to go border to border frame wise. So that was my freak out on that. I don't know if you guys have ever done that or not, but when you're working on a huge project like that and it is all confetti, like it is not a good color blocking situation. There are small color blocks together, yes, but it's full of confetti. So anyways, that was fun. So I am starting to see a form though, so I'm excited about that. That will not be a recovery piece because that literally takes me leaning over the pattern on my pattern, on my words. the stand that holds my pattern that has, it's magnetic. I have to lean over it, and like I'm marking every little square that I'm doing to make sure that I'm counting it right. So that's not gonna happen. But I am excited to get back to it because it is fun. And just knowing that it's such a huge piece, it's like my brain enjoys that stimulus of, oh, let's get a section done. So that's all the whips that I've been working on so far. It's a lot. And there's been no rhyme or reason like me picking up stuff. I mean, except for Flosstube Friends. That's the only new start that I have, and that was because I don't even remember how I got wrapped up into that. But I agreed to do it, and I want to do it, and I enjoy doing that kind of thing, sort of. But I do love these girls, so they have been sweet friends. We all met at StitchCon. We hung out together the entire time, and we've stayed connected since, so that's cool. That's the whole community. So, anyways, I don't know when I'm going to be back. I'm wanting to say that I'm going to get back to a weekly because I have missed you guys so much. And, you know, I get comments all the time, when you're coming back, we miss you. I don't know why y'all miss me, but, I mean, I try to be happy and inspirational, and, you know, the encouragement I know does help through the week. So, but, I don't know if weekly is going to happen. We will see. I would like to say that I can come in on Sunday afternoons after work and I could record. And I could. But typically what happens is I come in and I kind of, I get out of my uniform, take a shower if I need to, you know, just depending on how the day went. And then a lot of times I crash. It's just a couple hours. But still, you know, after that, it's hard to get up and motivated. So, and to be honest, you know, some of this not recording business is just because I haven't been motivated. I enjoy my peace and quiet. I know it doesn't seem like that. My aunts are probably laughing right now, but it's true. So talking to a screen for 45 minutes can be daunting. But I don't guess I have anything else. So let me know what your favorite of my whips is, because I call Aunt Donna and I'm like, I just need to know what to stitch today. Like, I don't even know. She's like, what are you feeling? And I'm like, I don't know. And she's like, okay, what are my options? And so I'll give her like 4 or 5 pieces, and then she'll tell me what I'm going to stitch for that night. Because when I sit down and stitch, I don't sit down and stitch for 5 minutes. I sit down and stitch usually for 2 or 3 hours. If I find time to stitch, that's what I'm going to do. It's like I have blocked out time. Here's what's going to happen. So, okay, that's it. That's all I'm going to say anymore. I appreciate you guys. I hope that you guys are doing all fabulous. I love seeing all of your posts. Tag me and stuff if you need me to see something specific, because I try to get to everybody. It just doesn't happen all the time. Go visit my website if you feel like shopping for some bling bling. And, yeah. Until next time, I love you guys. I'm proud of you. Keep doing what you're doing to take care of yourself. It's been a crazy few months already. So 2023 it's been a lot. So until I see you next time, I love you. Bye.